Hello and welcome to the Daily Conspiracy Podcast. We don't take days off because reptilians don't take days off. How you doing, Oliver?
I'm good, my lad. I'm very good. I'm feeling very patriotic. We've got the new shirt out. Put that in your bum. Keir Starmer.
Yeah, I mean maybe don't. Maybe just put it on like your body. That'd be probably
I've heard
alright.
it's comfortable, even inside.
It's comfortable both inside and outside, like dual purpose.
Yeah, so we do have a new T-shirt, which is a very patriotic one. I should have put it in for the video, but who watches the video, Lee? You know, who watches the video apart from our dear patrons? Speaking of patrons, we have a special this Saturday, is it?
Yeah, you just keep talking, Ollie. I'm just trying to adjust your mic volume on the fly because you speak at different fucking volumes when I say speak before we do the podcast to when you start doing the podcast, you prick.
Oh, is it extremely loud?
You are now. You are now that you're actually doing a podcast. You're speaking much louder than you were before, almost like you're trying to fucking. I don't know.
Testing thing.
Almost. What? Why did you think I just said speak, Ollie? I need you to speak.
Why didn't you tell me how loud to speak?
Well, I mean, it's a sound check, Ollie.
Okay. It must be because, I don't know.
You retarded?
Maybe I need my ears testing. Mouth testing.
Oh, I think your mouth has been tested more than enough.
Well, anyway, yeah, we have a new T-shirt, and if you want to become a patron and come all over our live stream this Saturday, it is this Saturday, isn't it, Lee?
It's this Saturday. This Saturday at 10 o'clock UK time, which is various times around the world.
I think it's 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. Eastern. There you go. Put that in your book.
They've got more than one time zone, and there's Australia, and there's fucking Switzerland, and there's France, and there's Germany and Spain. So
North Korea.
Google. I don't think they can listen to us, unfortunately. South Korea are probably okay. Yeah, but like Google's your friend. You can. Well, I mean, it's not, but it'll still tell you what. It'll still do the calculation for you if you say what time is 9 o'clock p.m. in the UK in my country of origin, and it'll fix it for you. But yeah, we've got a special one this week, haven't we?
We have.
Yes.
We've got our good friend Danny coming on from the Rabbit Hole podcast.
So we're going to do like a split venture in the Patreon community. So I'm going to give Danny the link to our Patreon Live. She's going to share it amongst her patrons. I know we share patrons. Like some of our patrons are right dirty little hooers, like jumping back and forwards.
We love a dirty patron.
Oh, of course, we love a dirty patron. They're my favourites. Yeah, so she's gonna give the link to her patrons. We're gonna give the link to our patrons, and then we're all gonna meet up and have a jolly old time on Saturday. So I'm really looking forward to it. Yeah, it's good. It's gonna be good fun.
Well, we need to get all the fun out of the way before we die by a big fucking asteroid, or if it's a fucking alien ship, it just molests us all.
Yeah. Well, right. So since we did, I know we've hit this a couple of times now, and I don't feel bad about it. I don't feel bad. It's fucking huge. I don't feel bad about hitting this a couple of times because like everyone's hitting this multiple times now, and I just don't know. I don't know what to think about it. We'll let Avi Loeb, like who did an interview. See, he's done a couple of interviews over the weekend. This was kind of like the most podcast kind of friendly length for one. So we'll
I feel like he needs to come on the podcast and explain himself.
I'd love to get Avi Loeb on the podcast. It's probably not a ridiculous fucking move, you know. We could probably swing that.
Let's get him.
I'll try and reach out. But yeah, obviously, News Nation's job is to talk about UFOs, so it's a News Nation clip. It is wild, isn't it? The sheer amount of clips we pull from News Nation which are supposedly like a mainstream news channel, like mainstream, for a conspiracy podcast, and they're usually about UFOs and aliens and.
I mean, they don't just do that, but they seem pretty spicy towards that.
They do seem to like they swing heavy in that direction. Anyway, let's listen to what Avi's got to say about the interstellar object that's headed our way.
This is not only an alien.
Do you know what? Why don't I turn it up? Why don't I turn it up and actually allow you to hear it? That's probably a good move.
This is not only an alien spaceship, but it's nuclear powered? Why are you saying that?
Well, thanks for having me. First, I should say that if the light that we observe from this object is reflection of sunlight, its size needs to be bigger than Manhattan Island, 20 kilometers or so. And there isn't enough rocky material in interstellar space to deliver a rock of that size earlier than 10,000 years from now. So the question is, what is it?
Let's just stop this for 2 seconds before he explains like what different things what this could be. So for our audio listeners, we have the Hubble Space Telescope picture of the object on now, which is essentially a glowy glob. But
lots of Tic Tacs all over it.
Yeah. Well, I take it they're the non-moving objects against the moving objects, and that's why they're stretched.
Think so. Yeah.
But yeah, the object itself, like, I mean, I am a semi-professional podcaster, and painter and decorator, making an assumption on a single picture in a subject that I know very little about. But when you look at that picture, it doesn't scream comet, does it?
I mean, no. I've not seen any comets through a telescope.
No, but when you, I mean, I've seen pictures of comets through telescopes. You know,
I mean, that screams to me, I'm an alien.
Well, I mean,
I'm an alien power station.
But
nuclear.
It's more the fact that there's no tail. That's what really gets me. There's no tail coming off it. I find that really weird. Like, really weird. It's because it's almost
thing
like
about this is its trajectory. I don't know the I think the chances of it. They said is one in a fucking. Is it something like 1 in a billion or something ridiculous like that?
No, it's not quite that ridiculous. It was like 1 in 40,000.
Okay, chances, 1 in 40,000 still like
still pretty high. Yeah, if so, like you've probably got not far off those odds from being in a car crash tomorrow, but you're still getting a car. Do you know what I mean?
I'm not driving to work tomorrow now, thanks, Lee.
It's okay. I just thought, Joe, I've got one of these things with bets that if I think of a bet, I've got to put it on.
I'm not a betting man.
I know I'm not either. No, but like if I'm watching something and go, oh, I think like bloody such and such could win that, and if I think it, I think I've got to put the bet on now, because if I don't put the bet on and they do win, I'll be really upset about it. And inevitably they don't. It's not some sort of clairvoyance, but it's just like an awkward tick I have. Anyway, moving swiftly on.
Okay.
And its orbit, the trajectory that it takes, is aligned with the plane of the planets around the sun to within 5 degrees. That's a chance of 1 in 500. And moreover, the timing.
What does that tell you? What does that trajectory tell you?
Well, it indicates that perhaps it was designed by some intelligence.
That's something
pause it, Lee.
Not necessarily, but...
You said 40,000. He says 1 in 500. We got that wrong. We correct ourselves.
No, that's that it comes in on the same trajectory as the planets. I think it's 1 in 40,000 that it would go behind the sun at the same time that we're on the other side of it. I think.
Okay, carry on. I recorrect myself.
Yeah. So check your own homework, dickhead.
the trajectory itself was chosen to be such that this object will pass close to Mars, Venus, and Jupiter. The chance of that happening, the timing of its arrival is perfect for that, with a likelihood of 1 in 20,000. And so I'm just saying we should observe
Getting closer.
it. It doesn't look like it's a random occurrence. The size, the trajectory, the fact that it comes so close to 3 planets in our solar, and actually it comes closest to the sun on October 29th, when the Earth would be on the other side of the sun. We won't be able to observe it. I'm analyzing right now.
Oh, I thought that clip was longer.
It is. You've paused it, haven't you?
No, that's really weird. It's gone right to the end. It says it should be a 5-minute clip.
Liars.
How weird's that?
It is weird. It's a conspiracy. But, I mean, this thing, though, it's if you think about it, I don't understand why there aren't more people like Avi, because at some point, unless we kill ourselves and space isn't fake and gay, we will send something out into space. I mean, we already have, but we will send something big, maybe with, I don't know, robots on board or something like that, to colonize and or to seek out new life and new civilizations, to boldly go where no robot has gone before.
See, I don't know about that, because if you
Space is fake and gay.
Apart from space being fake and gay, I don't know how, if you hit that level of technology, would you be bothered fucking with big objects, like throwing them around the galaxy and universe, or would you use smaller?
But you would put something out there, wouldn't you?
Yeah, you would. No, but I'm kind of going more towards the fact that this might be something fucking weird, because it would stand to reason to me that if you sent something large, it kind of has to be manned. Because there's no point in sending a large probe, surely, unless it's a fucking large probe full of smaller probes, which is quite terrifying.
Well, let me just give you something here, right?
Always.
So, planets are all different shapes and sizes. Yeah, well, they're generally supposed to be round. Some of them are flat.
My God, it's like listening to Brian Cox himself. Please regale me with your knowledge.
Well, I don't know where my book's gone. I do have a Brian Cox book. Where are you, Brian? Where the fuck are you? Somebody's moved Brian. Anyway, I do actually have a Brian Cox book. I'll bring it to the table.
Do you know what I love? I've never known somebody have, like, you've got so many books around you, which you
Can't
always
read any of the fuckers.
I know, yeah. It's like me having a fucking harp just to the side of me. I can't use. It's fucking awesome.
No, I can't find him. Can't feel him. Normally he's warm when I touch him. But anyway, some suns are like supposedly like fucking 1,000 times bigger than our sun. So say you've got a planet that's, I don't know, 200 times bigger than our planet. Maybe a probe, maybe just because that thing is big, maybe it is just a probe. Maybe the aliens on that planet are fucking huge,
fucking massive, yeah,
giants.
It's fair, yeah.
Because if you go by the dinosaurs, bigger things with bigger hands.
Yeah, we do tend to think about these things always in our scale, don't we?
We always like spaceship. Like, can you imagine if literally the reason why they can't fucking come here is because they're 1,000 times bigger than us?
Well, you see that. I mean, it changes the whole dynamic of that, because obviously when things get bigger and you create bigger things, then distances become smaller. Do you know what I mean?
Of course they do.
Yeah. See, like the other interesting thing, which is the real reason I wanted to bring this up, which unfortunately was on the second half of that video, which I did watch today, so I don't know why it stopped halfway through. apparently this is giving off its own light.
Yes.
Avi Loeb thinks it might be like nuclear powered or something like that, but it's apparently that this thing, because it's the brightest part of it is projecting light in front of the object, like as it's moving towards the sun, and it's projecting light in front of the object, almost like headlights. That's pretty mental.
I mean, I know a comments. Why do I keep saying comments?
Because
Comets,
you're retarded.
They can project light from the back when the gases are expelling out, or bits of ice dropping off and catching
what
the
it is,
sunlight.
what that is
the
is
front
dust.
of it. No.
Yeah, dust and ice and particles and stuff like that leave the surface of the object. They create that sort of glow, and the tail, because it's just sunlight reflecting off the, like, what's being discharged out of the comet. So that's what makes it super odd that it doesn't have a tail as well. It's, I mean, again, let's not be stupid about this. We have to be in the realm to turn around and say, well, we don't even know if this thing's actually there. Do you know what I mean? Like, it's, I mean, how much do we trust this stuff? I've got a little clip to bring up a little bit later about how much we should trust stuff.
Well, just quickly on the comet, there is one thing that I've always struggled with.
You can call it a rock if you want, Ollie.
No,
if it's easier.
I'm going to call it a comment. There. That's what I'm going to call it, because that's all I can say.
With some real commitment to the bit.
You're welcome. But do you know what really puzzles me about comets?
the spelling?
The shit falling. No, the shit fall. Yeah, the spelling as well. The wording of it, everything about it. No, the shit falling off it as it's coming towards us. It's like a fucking never-ending gobstopper. I can't say gobstopper either now. It's like a never-ending gobstopper. You know what I mean? Surely, if there's shit coming out of the back of it, there's going to be nothing left by the time it gets here. Is it constantly producing its own shit?
Well, I think the thing is that as it travels through the galaxy, it's collecting a lot of stuff as it goes as well, banging into
And
stuff,
you call
doing
me
that
Brian.
sort of things. What?
And you called me Brian.
Well, I call you a lot worse. It's just I find it interesting how this has really took the imagination of people so much. And what got me is, like, obviously AI Atlas, because it's the third interstellar object that's passed through the solar system, and it's really weird that we've had 3 in such a short space of time as well.
Oumuamua was only about I think 3 years ago or something.
Yeah, and it's like Oumuamua and the first one, which I forgot about.
How wild is it? I can say Oumuamua, but I can't say comet.
It's pretty good. So they were similar sizes, I believe, where this is like fucking 10 times the size, something like that. It's huge. And Avi Loeb pointed out in that video, it's odd that we've had two one size, and then this huge one. He said, whereas you would kind of expect that if we'd already had 2 that were smaller, you wouldn't just jump from like small to fucking massive. There would be sort of things in between and stuff like that. He finds that weird as well. But I don't.
What if none of them were comets?
I don't think Oumuamua was a comet or like a space rock. Oumuamua wasn't a comet, was it? It was an interstellar object, but it wasn't a comet.
I mean, it could have been this Frey Atlas. It's
probe.
wingman.
Could have been its probe.
Something, send this before it. Let's have a look. Right. Are they armed? Are they dangerous? Are they woke? They're woke. Great. Let's go in.
See, I believe Oumuamua accelerated away from us as well. And that's weird.
Did they say? I think the explanation for that, it was like the slingshot effect, though, wasn't it?
Yeah, but even so, it came in, slowed down, then left and accelerated away, and you still escape all that gravity, haven't you?
I find it fucking amazing that we're still standing, you know. With all that junk in space. It really is. It's either the flat earthers are right, Lee, or we are being protected.
Do you know what I find really weird?
Protecting this planet.
Do you know what I find really weird? The fact that our moon is is tidally locked to us. You know, we get the same.
Well, that is weird because we don't know of any other moon that does that.
Right. But this is the weirdest part about it, is the fact that we see the face of it all the time, same face.
Again, no other moons do that.
Yeah, and that face is peppered with like asteroid hits and like meteorite hits, and like just fucking full on spotty adolescent child.
Right, that I can explain.
Wait, but there's nowhere near as many craters on the backside.
So, if that's the face that constantly sees us, that's the face that's probably going to get peppered the most from the slingshot effect. However, you are right by something there. That fucking face doesn't change.
No, it's not just that. It's even so. Like, even with the slingshot, I don't actually buy that, the slingshot thing. The
well, no, it's a real thing. That's how they got to the moon, allegedly.
Allegedly, yeah, that's what I'm saying. I know, but what I mean is, as far as like it collecting space debris on that side, that face, I'm not having it. I think if you've got, regardless of whatever effect you want to put on it, if you've got the face of something which is protected by a bigger object, the backside should have seen more action.
Right.
It just stands to reason that. It stands to reason that if you've got something in the way of something, then the back will see more of it. Because there should be nothing protecting the back of the moon. Yeah, it's like...
I mean, it's still got like craters.
No, but compared to the front, it's like basically fucking pristine.
Have you seen the conspiracy that the front is a reflection of Earth?
I have seen the conspiracy that the front's a reflection of Earth. It's weird when you see somebody overlay.
Have you seen them match it up?
Yeah, but sometimes I look at that and I go, how much is that actually matching? But then when you blend it, it's just blending, and then there's loads of stuff that doesn't match. So the line for that is, oh well, there's clearly more land that we don't know about. I don't know. See, that's the thing. Like, if it's a reflection would be an exact mirrored image. Do you know what I mean? That's what reflections are. It wouldn't just be close. You know, it wouldn't be a like my butthole looks like your butthole moment.
That rings a bell. I don't know, where's that come from?
Do you not genuinely don't remember?
No, of course I do.
All right.
That's our boy. Oh dear.
But I've got a clip here anyway from old Greer. It's only a short clip. Somebody collared him. Somebody collared him, asking him.
Didn't Ashton speak to Greer once?
Stop talking over me. Someone collared him talking about what the chances are of aliens being hostile. So what were you going to say, mate?
I'm saying, didn't Ashton once speak to Greer in a chat? I'm sure he did.
I think they were in a space together. Yeah, I don't quite know what the deal was. So let's have a little listen to Greer for a minute.
Do you believe that hostile species don't exist, or they're just not a concern of ours at this time?
There could be worlds as backward as we are, but they're not here. The ones that are here, they'd be like Gandhi. No civilization that is capable of interstellar travel is allowed out of their solar system until they're peaceful. Otherwise, they're quarantined.
Yeah.
But actually, we have technologies that can go interstellar. We're not allowed to. And the reason is we're still savages. I mean, I hate to say it. We're considered barely a step out of the jungle. We're still killing each other. civilization is peaceful, using these technologies, they're not damaging their planet, and then they're allowed to go out in space.
Do you believe that
I really hope that fucking music that shit music was royalty free.
What? So it's because it's going to affect our non-monetized YouTube channel.
Oh, does it not? No, it doesn't affect this other thing. Okay. That's
No,
fine.
no.
How fucking red was Stephen Greer?
Pretty red. So apart from the fucking people putting hideous music over stuff, I don't understand why you put music over a clip, which is already in a loud environment either.
I think that might have been the music at the bar.
No, that was well put over the top. They've got microphones. You'd have heard them over that music.
Why would you do that?
It's because you're retarded, probably. I can only guess.
Could you not have found a better clip, Lee?
I couldn't find another clip from talking to that woman. I don't know who that woman is.
I think that was the bar music, mate. It really
No,
was.
it definitely wasn't the bar music. Definitely. But anyway, that's not the conspiracy. So Stephen Greer is turning around and saying any civilization isn't allowed to like go out into the greater galaxy until it's become like a type 1 planet. We're type 0, so their type 1 is a civilization which is living in unison with each other and the planet that it lives on. Very much like intergalactic hippies, like a type 1 civilization. I have a real fucking issue with this, Ollie. A real fucking issue. I've always had an issue with the fucking Space Brothers because, first of all, once again we're humanizing it, as in like we're humanizing it by putting a human concept on it, which is like the fucking Star Trek Prime Directive. You know, like you don't interfere with other cultures, and that again. Apart from that one tribe which we try not to speak to, we've never done that as a race. Joe, if we see like a colony of fucking apes somewhere, it's like, how do we get fucking close enough to film them? And then it starts with them trying to like wear gorilla suits and fucking leaves on their head to keep themselves hidden. And then, like 2 months later, Jenny's trying to give fucking bananas to the baby ones. You know, we're not good at that whole not like involving ourselves with things. The other thing we know from like just looking around is if we're gonna say, like, if we're gonna look for life that's developed in the same way we've developed, then, and we're looking for the same signatures, then I don't think it's beyond the realm that we should be expecting to find the same social habits and things. Joe, if we're saying like the way life develops on Earth, that's what we're looking for. We're looking for that type of life. Then I would imagine if you're going to develop like that biologically, then you'll probably find similar social structures and stuff like that. Everything is every advanced species. And when I say advanced, I mean like species that do well in their environments tend to be fucking predators, don't they?
Yes.
We're a predator, and look where we've got to. I don't believe you could, where Greer's saying that you couldn't be like a warfaring culture and develop these technologies. I argue the other side of it, that would be the driver to develop the technologies. And to become one of those civilizations, you would have to be fucking shit up, because it's survival of the fittest. So if you've got there, you've been the fittest.
Arguably as well, if you look at the supposed species, for example, the mantis, then you look at a mantis on Earth, that thing, though it's small, you increase that by 200 times in its size.
Yeah,
that thing's lethal.
Yeah,
that
but
thing's
I don't.
fucking lethal. Reptilians again. You know, when have you seen a reptilian that doesn't want to fuck things up? A reptile.
Geckos look kind of nice.
Geckos. Have you seen what they do to a fly?
It's fair. Yeah. I don't know.
I
I
mean,
just think
don't get me wrong. If I'm going to be licked by a giant lizard, so be it. Licked to death.
I just always think there's a reason. We have no reason, right? Especially Western cultures where we are now, and most of us don't get. Like genuinely, if you're living somewhere where, maybe you've got a hotel of people that might not be nice people living by you, something like that, and you don't feel particularly safe in your home or area or things like that, then like a heart goes out to you. But in most cases within the Western world, I would say we have there's a majority of us have some sort of feeling of safety. At least when we go home, lock our doors. Most people feel safe at home. Nobody likes turning the lights off. Nobody likes wandering around the house in the dark on their own. I don't care who you are. Everyone hits a corridor where it's dark and a bit gloomy in the shadows, and everyone runs out a little bit quicker than they walked in. There's a fucking reason for that.
You mean like a seventh sense? Sixth sense?
You're on fire tonight, Ollie.
Thank you.
Like, you're fucking just absolute legit.
But that's what you mean, isn't it?
Kind of. I don't necessarily mean it's a sixth sense. I mean it is even a... Like, for instance, cats are scared of cucumbers. Yeah? Because the natural predator of a cat is snakes. And if you put a cucumber behind a cat, it doesn't see it, turns around, fucking shits itself because it thinks it's a snake. So that's not a sixth sense. That is just learned behavior that no matter how much we've domesticated that cat, it is still scared of snakes because it knows that they can fuck it up.
It's built into its DNA.
Yes. So there's something hard coded in humanity that when we are alone in the dark, particularly at night time, I mean, that's obviously when the dark happens, but like, I'd say it's different it's different walking around somewhere at midnight, even in winter. Like so when it gets dark really quickly, like in the UK particularly, it's different walking around at midnight than it is walking around at 3:00 in the morning.
Mm.
Like that 2-3 o'clock time feels sinister when you're awake in it.
I know what you mean.
Yeah.
I once ran home.
Mm.
This is a true story, actually.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I once walking home from, I think, being out or something like that, and I thought, fucking hell, I'm in a situation right now. There were no one about, but I just, when you just get that feeling. I just got that feeling.
Yeah, so I shouldn't be here. It's time for me to get some fucking toes on. And we explain it away by going, oh, stop being such a bitch, like, you stupid. Stop being... Yeah. And I see, the thing is, I don't believe that's the thing that's right. I think when you turn around and say, oh, don't be so stupid, that's the modern world trying to shake out why you were scared of something. Whereas the fear actually comes from something deeper and something remembered.
It's almost like that fucking... What's that saying from Aliens that Newt says? Mummy always told me there was no monsters, no real monsters, but there are, aren't they? And I kind of think... I wonder if that was... like people put things into films. Maybe that's fucking right.
I mean, in that particular film, Ollie, there was monsters.
No, there was, but also the guy who designed... This is not breaking the topic... The guy that designed that, I don't know if you know this, designed that from a demon.
It was a dream, wasn't it?
It was...
he had a dream.
So the guy who made Alien, the alien was going to look totally different. I don't know if you've ever seen the mock-ups of it. It looks shit. It really did. There is if you look at the original Alien, it's same with the Predator, actually. The original Predator didn't look... And it was Jean-Claude Van Damme was playing the Predator, actually.
Yeah.
But the H.R. Geiger, when he drew that biomechanical alien, he drew that originally. It was a demon that he drew. I can
Oh,
give. I
yeah.
can.
I'm
I
looking
get
at
you
the
original.
I'm looking at the pencil drawing of the original drawing of the xenomorph. It's like a it looks
like
like
an alien grey type thing, but with an elongated head.
No, this is like an before HR Geiger came on board. It was more.
Oh, you mean the original? Yeah, the original. Bring it up on screen, mate.
two-legged walkie thing.
Yeah, terrible.
I'll try and bring it up on screen. My browser is zoomed in here, so it's not going to be the greatest of viewing experiences for our audio audience. Oh God, so much. Modern websites are a fucking travesty. There you go. It's not odd looking fuck. It looks like something from War of the Worlds.
Yeah, yeah.
But yeah, I mean, there is something.
That's the original alien that he drew that got spotted. That there, and that's fucking demonic as fuck.
Right, so that's H.R. Geiger's original. Sorry, I thought you meant
that is that and this thing here. That's his original alien that's like from a dream.
Wow. Fuck, I'd hate to have that dream.
Yeah.
That
the
is
guy.
some-
The guy. I mean, yes, he fought some fucking crazy shit up. But I wonder if some of these
such
things,
a style to it as well.
some of these things that like when it comes to Spielberg and that they've taken these things from real aliens, demons, or aliens, whatever.
I think there's two. I think there might be two camps of that sort of stuff. I think there might be people that create things that are maybe three camps actually. There are people that are told things like Steven Spielberg. I think there are people like Geiger who are either in some way experiences. I mean, you can turn around and say, like, was it a dream? Was it fucking some sort of psychedelics he was on at the time? That type of stuff. And but it could also be that there's this like consciousness that exists that some people can tap into, that creative people can tap into more so than other people, and they're drawing stuff from like the greater like consciousness of things that have been around. I fucking hope not. Like the idea that
A lot of his stuff had like Baphomet in.
Yeah, but I like the idea that there's something even close to a fucking xenomorph is not a fucking good time, is it?
No, let's face it. If there's any sort of alien out there, if that was a depiction of what was true, we're fucked.
Yeah, 100%.
I think
Yeah,
the little green men, the with the probes. I'll take a probe.
So what do you think about the stuff that comes out then now? Like the people that come forward, the fact that it really does feel like this AI Atlas is like the beginning of UFO season kicking off, and there's been some really wild sightings as well lately.
So when we first met each other, I was well and truly in the alien camp, and then naturally, I've seen a lot of the UFO channels kind of come off the alien camp, and some have even gone into this is demonic territory. I'm starting to wonder now, because I'm going to look at the flip side of it. What if that's by design? What if we're supposed to go? Nah, it ain't aliens that's coming. It's going to be some demonic thing.
I've thought that. I like the Tucker Carlson stuff, and like people coming out and like being so heavily religious with even the idea of it's never angels. Do you know what I mean? Like
it's always demonic.
Yeah, the people that come forward are always like, it's something fucking dangerous. It's something sinister.
Yeah.
They never it's never something coming to help us. Which I don't get me wrong. I'm sure it isn't the like. I don't believe that's helping. But you would think there would be at least some sort of dissenting voices in this. Whereas if you're in the camp of, and we've been guilty of this like ourselves, if you're in the camp of this is like aliens, or sorry, this isn't aliens, then you immediately default to fucking biblical demons.
Yeah.
I think there's a chance it's both wrong, to be perfectly honest. I think there's a chance that maybe that whatever these things are is one of the reasons we even formed religion in the first place. So in some way it's absolutely demons. But on the other side of it, it's demons, but not as you know it. Because this is just what we base demons on. It's what we based aliens on. It's something that's interacted with us for probably since the conception of humanity.
Well, these four things you've got, it's man-made, and we're seeing technology that we've been developing for a long time. It's demons. It's something that's been here for a long time, or it's aliens.
Mm-hmm.
You've got four categories there that people. And I mean, there's a fifth category, which is just people making up bullshit. And hoaxes,
interdimensional as well.
Interdimensional, yeah. So there's 6 categories of what it could be, because the bullshit one, I don't think that's one. I think that there's some bullshit out there, but I don't think that's a factor.
I think maybe even take the word bullshit out of it and say, right, well, one category is this is not real, it's human fantasy. So if we agree that there's a chance that there's 6 things that it could be, then that means statistically being bullshit there's only a 1 in 6 chance of it being bullshit.
Mm-hmm.
So there's a 5 in 6 chances of it being something like paranormal, for want of other words.
Also, the one that I would take out of the equation is that it's ours, because there probably is stuff that is ours, but it doesn't explain it from fucking paintings and people recording this throughout history. It doesn't explain that.
No. It doesn't make sense. Like there's a lot of inconvenient archaeology that's found as well. You know, there was a wheel found in a mine. Some guy was talking about on Rogan not so long ago, and they tried to explain away the wheel, and it's like fucking 6 million years old or something like that. And they tried to explain away the wheel by saying, "Oh, it's nothing. It's just the way sediments fucking settled or something like that." But unfortunately, not mentioning the fact that just 12 fucking like feet up the road, they excavated fucking wheel tracks.
Well, I know I mentioned Geiger earlier, and we started this with 3i Atlas, and we've both spoke about Prometheus being actually a very good film. Maybe not an alien film, but a very good film. And Ridley Scott, again, he's one of those that his visions, especially when you look at things like Blade Runner in the future, of how things were gonna progress with trans. What they call it when you buy
Vestites?
No, not Vestites, but the ones
Sexuals.
No, the replicants. When you interlink with a AI, and they basically made humans,
right?
Robots. But anyway, the Prometheus thing there, that's something that they speak about. What if that fucking AI Atlas, what if this has happened before? You know, you've seen them paintings with the great big cigars in the sky, and the recording wars. What if all of this has happened before?
Mm-hmm.
And it is what is it they call the anarchy?
Mm. Well, I mean, that's the terrifying thing, isn't it? The idea that we're some sort of crop, that we're used for something,
Mm-hmm.
and then now and again they come back, they take a load of people. See, that's where I always think to myself, like, is that where we got the idea of the rapture?
Probably, yeah.
You know, something comes, it takes a load of people, who's left go, oh, they took them, oh, we sinned, that's why we're still here. Go, no, motherfucker, you just weren't tasty.
It would, if you look at the paintings and you look at the stories and then you put in with all that Tartaria, it kind of makes sense that something every so often does come here, and it just takes some shit, and it resets things. Goes, we need to start this harvest.
Joe would be the reason to do that as well, because we can see what happens with civilization now when it gets to a point where everything's comfortable, and you see that you see this in the third world as well, with tribes and less developed nations will be PC for once, and motherfuckers breed. Do you know what I mean? Like, they are fucking having kids, and yet we, who are in supposedly the more comfortable position, which can happily bring children up, you know, and enjoy. We're not breeding children to survive. We're breeding children because we want children. Do you know what I mean? Like we want to care and nurture for them and stuff. Whereas there's places in the world there where it's very much like we need to fucking have lots of kids, because like, you know, the fatality rates like high for younger people. The lifespans aren't quite as long. All that type of stuff. It would make sense to knock everything back to the Stone Age, because the natural human compulsion in that situation would be to breed.
Can you? Well, I know you remember this, but we spoke about the Georgia Guidestone quite a few times on this show.
You said that like an Italian then.
Did I?
You said Georgia Guidestones.
I'm feeling a little Italian today. Can you just think about this? What if that is nothing sinister there? That was just a guide. You want to not get harvest. Keep it under this amount of people.
Yeah, there was some rules that
they'd figured out.
Yeah, there was a lot of stuff within that though, which very much sounded more like you'll own nothing and be happy than just you will not breed and not get eaten.
I mean, I'd have to like watch or listen to a podcast on it to know what it said. I can't remember now. But
I get what you mean. I think the more I think about this stuff, because you do get the feeling. You get the feeling that something's bubbling, like something's happened. Whether it's going to be something we do to ourselves, like a large scale, like global conflict, or there's something going to come our way, like a natural disaster, or an actual pandemic of sorts. So even though, I mean, to go on the pandemic train, there is a rule of thumb, or sorry, maybe rule of thumb is the wrong words, maybe like a theory, that you couldn't actually have a deadly pandemic, because the problem is it takes the host out before it can spread it far and wide enough, and it's too like it's the reason we haven't had like a terrible Ebola breakout, because it fucks people up too quickly to spread enough. I think that's right. That's right. Anyway, but you get the feeling that something's going to happen. You know, like the future feels very like woolly at the minute.
Maybe a civilization is because we're on the verge of, and we've done a few shows about this where we've spoke about, you know, the concerns when it comes to AI. What if there's a fucking rule in the universe that we don't fuck around with AI? And we've said, I've said this before on the podcast. Whatever's visiting us, maybe it's just AI. Maybe because that's the way civilized. Maybe the non-negotiable in the galaxy is you don't fuck about and make artificial intelligence, because it will essentially become the fucking Borg. And maybe that's what maybe the warning signs are there. We're playing with fire, and something's on its way to sort us out, because it ain't.
I think that's modern fears, though, isn't it?
Podcast, like.
Yeah, no, but we did the same thing with nukes, didn't we? Like, oh, you know, if you develop nukes, they're like, oh no, big no in the galaxy, nukes. We don't have nukes. But now AI is the big worry, so now it'd be AI. If it was Pepsi, it'd be like, oh, we've made Pepsi, now it's time for them to come and stop us.
But you say nukes, though, but some of the more the better UFO cases
Apparently,
around nuclear
so.
sites.
Yeah.
So which would make more sense if, you know, why would that butterfly effect affect something that's thousands of light years away, or would it affect something that's kind of living underneath us, or living elsewhere on this planet under the ocean or whatever? We've tested enough of those fuckers in the ocean.
Maybe. I mean, I just did a short, a bite-sized podcast about the Adam and Eve conspiracy. That
was good. That.
Yeah, it was. I enjoyed that.
I wasn't aware of that conspiracy, by the way. So you taught me something there as well.
I fucking no doubt I did. I mean, every day, surely you'd have thought something.
A little.
We're going to the 5 times table.
It kind of goes in and just goes straight out, though. And stay there.
We'll get the net on the other side.
I'm like the
what are you like, Ollie? Do you remember?
No, I can't. No, the Y files. I'm like the fish. You know, 5-second memory span.
No. He's quite eloquent.
Thank you.
But yeah, the reason I don't think I don't think the whole like pole shift thing is something we need to worry about is the fact that we can't have everything both ways. So the idea that what people turn around and say, oh yeah, well there's stuff underneath. People went down, they survived. You go, wow. Like, because like that's like throwing clothes in the washing machine next going, well, what are you doing? I could have put clothes in the washing machine so they don't get wet. Do you know what I mean? If you're in the middle of if you've dug down and the earth above moves, which you're going to be part of, like you've just stuck yourself inside the blender. Do you know what I mean? It's one of the reasons that why I think about elites building bunkers, and I go, well, at least a pole shift isn't a thing, because if a pole shift's a thing, your bunker isn't doing anything. Same with underground military bases. Yeah, same underground military bases. Not happening, not helping at all. I
tell you what is worrying though,
why are they wanting to hide from something?
Yeah, because there has been a shitload of underground bases built. We know this.
Mm-hmm.
So, are they just taking precautions? Or are they hiding shit? Or are they hiding from something that's on its way?
It's more, mate. It seems to be a thing that whenever somebody makes enough money and they attain some level of prominence, you immediately hear about them building a bunker underneath the house. Doesn't matter whether you build with your. I mean, it depends what I've been told. I mean, if I hadn't, I wouldn't just for the fucking sake of it. No.
But if you got told something,
because this is the thing we've got to think about. So this is important enough. So if you look at like Gates, we've heard about Gates having like panic rooms and bunkers built underneath his house. Musk has done the same. Zuckerberg, Sam Altman, I think, has done something like that as well. The list goes on and on of these people that have built like bespoke sort of special things underneath the houses.
Oh, mate, I bet fucking Rogan's got an oversized cellar.
I would think so. But the thing is, most of these people, maybe not a Rogan, because Rogan pretty much works and lives in Texas. Do you know what I mean? Like he's there all the time. But like a Zuckerberg, for instance, travels a lot. He moves around, so he's got more than one home. There's no point in having one. If you've got
unless you know a date.
Unless you know a date, yeah. And I'm guessing we probably don't know a date. Not when you'd want to gamble. Do you know what I mean? Like that's a pretty big gamble. The end of the world, you're gonna like we don't 100% know if it's gonna rain, but we know exactly when the end of the world's coming. Not buying it. So that suggests to me that these people have got multiple bunkers in different places. Probably bunkers that they've built which aren't like outwardly is not their homes or anything like that. Under a building, under a business, something like that. Mm-hmm. Things that can be hidden and kept secret, like fucking Denver Airport, for instance, which seems to have some sort of underground facility built underneath it. You don't do that without a reason.
No, things cost money.
Yeah, and it's the same. Like it's come to light over the last couple of days, and you sent me some videos about this. I've done a little bit of research on it now myself. That the UK is scaling up its mortuary capacity. And like some of these makeshift mortuary capacities are going to going to be able to house up to like 700 dead bodies.
Mm-hmm. It's terrifying.
Well, I looked into this, and the thing was, it was supposedly like precautions for things that might happen. It's not like there's a whole host of money going around at the minute. It feels strange that we've done this and it's for 2 years. Like this scale up's going to happen between now and 2027. There's that date again.
Fuck a dick.
And then after 2027, it's going to be, so this is a 2-year program, and there will be a yearly option to extend the program further down the line. But initially, it's a 2-year program to up this. It has been seen across Europe and America where they've been upping mortuary capacities. And it keeps saying to match demand, to match demand, but the mortuary capacity seems to outweigh like potential growth even for what it could be. So that it all gives. I'm trying not to drift too far from where we are, but it all gives that feeling of there is preparations being made for something
that they already know about.
Yeah.
So that's the thing. There must be one of the conspiracy theorists, or the supposed leakers, must know the truth about this. But when you look into that, you just see this and that rumor. It's so hard to find something and go, that fucking makes sense. Because everybody's just guessing at the minute. But when you're seeing governments do things like that in mass scale over the entire world pretty much, you're right. There's something on its way. Because somebody needs to say what the fuck's going on, why are you doing this?
I had a conversation. I'm not going to bring it up, so it'll be I'll be too long to find it. You'll just have to take my word for it. I had a conversation this afternoon with ChatGPT about the extended mortuary capacity, and I had ChatGPT go off and look for statistics for other countries upper mortuary capacities. That's where I found out. It's roughly 6% per year is what's being touted as, but what the UK is doing seems to be above 6% of of what we have right now per year. And I asked ChatGPT, given what current death rates are, factor in like what excess dates or deaths were during the pandemic. I said even work something in is in. Why did I put it? Like just normal, like non
Something natural, you mean?
yeah, just like a non-inconceivable spike type thing.
Mm-hmm.
That's what I was trying to say. And then think about the fact that the UK is spending a lot of money on lots of stuff right now. It doesn't have a lot of money coming in. There's a global fucking recession going on. Why would you spend this money? And ChatGPT came back and said, well, Occam's razor would suggest that they are preparing something because it seems out of character to do this unless you are sure something is coming down the pipe and you're going to need it for some reason.
The thing is, though, if something like, for example, another pandemic or anything comes along, then it's going to be, you knew about it, what's going on. There's going to be so many people out, so it's going to have to be something. See, this sounds fucking terrifying, but we've got events coming up in the UK quite soon, and I'm terrified that something might go down at one of those events, and that's what they're planning for.
I think it's too many. I think the capacity that they're proposing for these kind of extended, because they almost like seem like sort of pop-up mortuaries, don't they? And they say like very
700, is that right?
Yeah, very similar to the Nightingale hospitals that were never used during Roans. You know, that these things. Again, I am we'll go 76% Lee here, 76.5% percent convinced that there is COVID was a test for something. It wasn't just a test of people, it was a test of infrastructure, it was a test of what we would need. The Nightingale hospitals, how quickly can you put up and prepare hospital facilities like from scratch, right? And it would really make sense to war games that, because that's the terrifying thing, is like, what if COVID was a war games for something? Like, what if that was like the live action test? Because you
imagine if everybody that did get vaccinated actually did get vaccinated for whatever's on its way, and we're the ones who's fucked.
Doesn't make sense doing something like that. It also doesn't make sense the harm that it seems to have on people either. See, that's the other theory I have for this mortuary expanse is they know within the next few years they're going to need more, and they know because they've done it. They did what's going to happen.
What you mean they've done this before?
No, as in like they know that they either they fucked up, or like either the vaccine was like a genuine mistake. Like there was too much greed, too much arrogance, and like the biggest fucking crime against humanity that the world's ever seen happened. But it was an accident. Like, it was an accident born of arrogance, or it was, we could really do with getting this population fucking down. And they know that because you had people like Peter McCullough and stuff like that have been saying for a while, like this is it's a ticking time bomb. I think. So when do people start getting it? People start getting it in 2020. 2021 was like when it was really rolling out and people were getting like 2-3 jabs deep. Japan has like fairly conclusive data now that mortality rates go up depending on the amount of vaccines people had. And that's like you can fucking quibble with Japan if you want, but that's what they put forward as their thing. Mm-hmm. And McCullough was saying like 5 years, wasn't he? In 5 years, I'm sure it was around the 5 year mark. He said like that's when.
That's the Pfizer guy, isn't it?
Yeah, and that I'm sure he was saying. But I mean, he's fully down with like he thinks it's population reduction. He thinks it was a kill shot for population reduction and designed to. The spike would continue to be made. That people's immune systems would be fucked, and eventually you'd just end up with a population without an immune system that would go down. That for me is the doomsday scenario for this uptick in mortuary space.
God, I hope you're fucking wrong.
Oh no, look! No, I
hope it's for some.
It's
heinous
not
aliens.
case me to wrong. It's because I'm not saying I think this. It's just as soon as I see stuff like that, I think I kind of think some of the UFO stuff. I know this is probably the wrong time to say it after we just talked about UFOs and aliens for an hour. I kind of think that might be a distraction, because we keep saying. I know like it's fucking meme at this point, isn't it? Lee goes back to COVID every fucking episode.
All roads lead to COVID, and most B roads lead to Epstein.
But everything felt normal before that day.
Everything did feel normal before that day.
That day,
you might not think it did, but it fucking did. If you went, anybody went back before that day.
Yeah. That day when we came home, we put the television on, and I'm just speaking for the UK, but I'm sure you guys had something similar in the States at some point. And I know people had it in Europe, but then when you had the head politician of wherever you happen to be on the in the world, that came on the television and said, "I'm going to need to ask you all like to stay home, not socialize with people, like flatten the curve." I will never forget that day. I will never forget Boris Johnson coming out and saying, "I need to ask you to stay home. This is going to be a very difficult situation." And he even said, "We will all lose people through this." If you go back and listen to that address, it was like, he actually said, "We will all lose loved ones through this."
Terrifying it was.
Wild thing to say. And
because anybody that says that they didn't take it seriously from the get-go,
I was a liar. If you didn't take it seriously from the get-go, you're a moron. Like genuinely.
I was fucking washing my fucking carrots.
Yeah, you should wash your carrots anyway. There's all sorts of pesticides
I was like washing them in
soil.
bleach.
I mean, that's kind of putting worse stuff on than otherwise.
I washed the bleach off afterwards, so
I mean, how much bleach? I won't use bleach in the house unless
it's like the swimming pool.
Do you know my mother used to fucking bleach cups to get the tea stains off them?
That's a great idea.
No, it's not. It's a fucking terrible idea. But yeah, it's a fucking tea stain. It's a fucking teacup. Of course it's got tea stains in the teacup. What's the problem with that?
Well, she didn't have a problem with it. She solved it with bleach.
That's fair, yeah. Sorry, where were we before I got upset about teacups?
Bleaching carrots.
Yeah, sorry, the people being a thing. Yeah, because I think if you weren't worried at first about what was going on, like I mean, I remember like there was people I know in the UK that were like in the military and stuff like that, sent me videos going, something is fucking going down. There's still no explanation for this. Is that there was within 24 hours of the announcement that we were all staying home, like the next day, I was having videos of people that were in the armed forces, showing me videos of like tanks and like proper fucking military gear being driven down the motorways and moved around. There's still no fucking adequate excuse.
What if that was all part of the fear factor, though?
Maybe. Yeah, 100.
Because nothing happened, did it?
100.
Unless it was a contingency plan, you know, in case we all fucking, you know.
I really don't know.
Saw through it.
I don't know what. Yeah, but I don't. Why would you need tanks?
One thing's for sure, though, mate. This gave birth to the natural born conspiracy. That you know, this gave birth.
Oh, conspiracies went airborne that day.
Yes.
Yeah.
They fucked it in. If that was the plan to turn us all into conspiracy theorists, it worked. But I think I don't think they thought that bit through. Because now your fucking neighbours turn into a conspiracy. The guy you go into the corner shop and buy your cigarettes off is turned into conspiracy theorists. You know, your grandma, people are naturally becoming conspiracy theorists from how much they've fucking given us. They've given us too much to crunch on. And
this is a double-edged sword for me. And I think I've alluded to this in the past. So if I'm rehashing stuff, I apologize. Do you know what terrifies me? Is, do you think the people in the asylum ever question themselves? There must be some days when there's some guy that's in an asylum that's just like smeared shit over the walls, like sniffed his fingers afterwards, and then looks at the box of Lego and goes, "I'm gonna eat that." Like, he must on occasion go, "Oh, I'm nuts. This isn't. I'm doing really weird stuff. I'm crazy."
Oh yeah,
yeah.
We've all had those fucking
Careful what
intrusive
you
thoughts
say.
and shit. Do you know what I mean? Like
yeah,
oh,
but it's different.
If I just push that person.
No. There's a difference between intrusive thought and acting upon
going through on it.
Yeah. So my thing here is I don't believe, like, if you go back to 2008 when we had the financial collapse, from that time where everything felt really affluent, you know, we didn't realize how cheap things were, you know, and stuff like that. You know, I don't think we've actually fucking got over the shock of that. You know, like banks going under, people. Like I knew people of like that had money in like small bank accounts, stuff like that. Fucking had their like life savings fucking wiped out and gone because of banks going under. I don't think even people that weren't paying attention to it understand that affected them, and it mentally affected them as well. So if using the same logic, that means we've no idea how much those like year and a half, 2 years of COVID did to us psychologically. So it's okay, like saying like, yeah, well, they turned everyone into a conspiracy theorist. Did it? Did it turn everybody into a conspiracy theorist, or did it make people lose their grip on reality? As I wrestle with this all the fucking time, Ollie, is it the fact that more people talk about this stuff, more things are coming out, or is it the fact that there is a large-scale psychosis that's going on across the Western world and greater Western world? Like when we talked earlier on about News Nation having like things about UFOs on, we're having fucking senates on UFOs. There is fucking government officials talking about fucking Jeffrey Epstein's pedophile island and adrenochrome and all these things.
Would you know what's crazy about? I was going to say this about News Nation is, it's almost like these things are by design, because that's the same.
No, you're missing my point altogether here. Ollie. You're missing my point altogether.
No, I know what your point is. Yeah,
but the problem is, like, if it's not real, if none of this is real, then what happens? Like, what happens when a fucking species goes insane?
Yes, like that's probably by design.
No, I don't think it is by design.
No, it probably is. Create a load of fucking nutters. Let them fucking fight amongst themselves.
No, because I don't think the what you would think is the elites and the ruling class, I don't think they're fucking like separated from this. That's why I brought up the idea that we're talking about this sort of stuff in like talk about UFOs in Parliament, like fucking in Congress. Tulsi Gabbard and people like that, people in high profile positions openly talking about this stuff. Then you have these wild decisions being made by politicians which are clearly fundamentally damaging to themselves, to their political careers, to the countries they're ruling. And we're not just talking about a couple of faux pas which like cost some money here and there, or maybe maybe a fucking building is knocked down that shouldn't be done. That usual political fuck ups. We're talking about political fuck ups which are actually destroying the fabric of the civilization that we live in.
Are you talking about like Mouse Utopia type thing? That we're all going fucking nuts.
Kind of, but not Mouse Utopia. There, by the way, I do have a bite-sized episode coming out about that, but which is it's fucking awesome. Best thing I've ever done. But it
is good.
It's the fact that what if we're making psychotic decisions, not because it's planned, not because we're all being toyed with by some overarching force, but because there is a mass psychosis going on, and no one's invulnerable from it. Do you know what I mean? Like you would have to go down the road of there was, and there's an easy logical way to do this as well. It strips some of the conspiracy theory away, but leaves you with an even bigger, more terrifying one. Is that there was a lab leak? There was something got out. It wasn't quite as dangerous as we thought it was going to be. We overreacted. Then big business got involved and big pharma got involved and thought we can fucking cure this, and we can do it with this new technology we've got. They've rolled that out the doors too quickly. That ends up fucking hurting a load of people. Where there was mistakes made where in the response to this stuff, so we fucking lock a load of people down. And it's not what you end up doing is if you have a leak over your bed. Yeah, and you just don't fix it, and every night that drop is dropping onto your forehead. You haven't set out to like Chinese water torture yourself, but you are doing.
I mean, I turned the bed the other way around.
But you know what I mean, Ollie?
I do.
We could have done all these things to ourselves without realizing it, and then one fuck up stacks on another fuck up, and stacks up on another fuck up, and then the next thing is we're talking about fucking aliens on the 10 o'clock news. The fucking prime minister of your country is allowing a fucking culture that literally wants to destroy the cultural fabric of your country, and you arrest people for fucking flying their own flags. You install fucking leaders that shouldn't be there. You rage wars for fucking unimaginable amounts of time for what seems to be no fucking reason without peace talks. You take things like Ukraine and you end up virtue signaling that country into fucking oblivion because you're funding an unwinnable war. These are all moves. We can say it's fucking financial till the cows come home, but these are all moves that are made by a culture that is fundamentally sick and unwell.
We're all nuts. You're right.
I mean, it's the terrifying.
Well,
it's so much more. It's so much more scarier than pole shifts. It's so much scarier than aliens and all that sort of stuff. The idea that we've just fucking Stockholm syndromed ourselves into oblivion.
To kind of to bring this back around a little bit, does Lee ever see a day that you are sat here about to do a podcast because the world leaders have told that something is on its way to Earth that is not...
I don't think there's going to be something on its way to Earth. I don't think that's going to be the play. But
because we've been given a date, Lee.
To keep this kind of glue it all together. If it is like a mass formation psychosis, and we are essentially all fucking participating in some sort of live action role play that subconsciously we might know there's something up with, but we're still outwardly just projecting it. I can see there being like a government, like a government rollout of somebody, because it would only take like let's say people like fucking what's his name, who's the guy, the whistleblower guy,
which one?
The guy which really made waves. Anna Paul Luna really likes him. He seems to be like the most like sort of.
Are you on about? You're not on about David Grush, are you?
Yes, yeah, Grush. So right, so let's say he's mental, right? I don't think he is. I hope he's not anyway. But just for the sake of this, let's say he's mental. So in my theory that we've all gone a bit crazy, then it stands to reason that the crazy people that are now the leaders, when this guy comes along, go, I fucking touched the alien spaceships. They're coming. Blah, 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 blah. And instead of, whereas maybe 20 years ago, they'd have gone, that guy's fucking crazy. Because of the situation they're in, they go, come in. Tell me more. You seem to know what you're talking about, sir. So I can see in my fictional scenario that people taking the word of fucking lunatics.
You might be on something with this, and I don't.
I hope not.
I don't like to give you credit, though, and I really hope you're wrong. But I like watching like old documentaries, old films, sometimes old TV series, sometimes old interviews of people. And do you know what really strikes me about looking at stuff in the 90s, the 80s, 70s, 60s? Keep going. How different people are, and then I just thought that's just the era. Maybe people were saner, and we just think they look weird.
I think so. I think that could be because I'm using lockdown as the breaking point as well. But don't forget, it's not just lockdown. We also had like a decade or so of social media before that. Like communication on a level that human beings were just not designed for. And that was, so we'd already had this hammering of, and we know like there was a German scientist came up with like phantom vibration syndrome or something like that, he called it. So the idea was when people were lonely or they were expecting a call, their brain had gone, he seems to be really happy when that thing goes in his pocket. So your brain would send a signal down to your leg to make it feel like there was a vibration going on in your pocket, because it wanted the fucking like endorphin hit that it would get when people go, "Oh, my phone's ringing." Whoa. You know, it's a real thing. Like you'll get phantom vibrations if you're expecting or you really want someone to call you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Can you imagine if we have, and this is fitting with what you talked about here. If we have created the singularity, we've created the perfect AI. We just don't even, you know, it's not known by everybody. But this thing, we keep hearing, oh, it could be sinister. It could take us out. What if it looks at us and goes, "These motherfuckers that created me, Mum and Dad are fucking nuts." You know, I wonder if you had the conversation.
Ollie, I think the idea of intelligent AI is nuts.
Well, it is.
No, as in, like, is it? No,
It
the
is, but
idea.
it probably is, mate.
No,
You
but the
talk
idea
to
is
it every day.
I think, yeah, and do you know what I've realized? The more and more I use it, and I think I genuinely think it's a fucking incredible tool to use, especially if you do like creative stuff like we do with like content creation. The more I use it, is the more I realize it's just a better Google. It is and ChatGPT 5, one of the best consumer-based AIs we have. It is just a really good search engine. It's a really, really good search engine with a really easy user interface.
Oh yeah, my mum uses it.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is, I think the idea that, oh my God, the talking phone could be real, it could be alive, that again sounds like the ravings of a mad person.
It does, but I mean, it's probably going to be reality, Lee.
I don't think it is. I don't think it's ever going to be reality. I think it's going to do a really good job at confusing you into doing it. But I think at the end of the day, just like it doesn't matter how long you leave your toaster, it's not going to come up the stairs and kill you because it's not designed to do that.
Oh, fuck you.
Well, I mean, there's ways and means. But do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think we're going to hit a point where it breaks its programming to do something. It's only ever going to be really good at what humans ask it to do.
I'm just trying to think now, in a nutshell, how to sum this podcast up right now, because we have gone from fucking asteroids to we are the crazy ones, and I think
it's probably
the last answer.
It's an apocalypse episode, Ollie. Essentially, from alien invasions to we all went crazy. Because realistically,
just got me thinking though. Now I ain't gonna sleep because now I'm gonna be thinking, am I nuts?
Have you watched what's it called? Idiocracy.
No.
It's a good film. Funny, really funny 90s, early 2000s, comedy. Really good. Did you like Biodome?
Never seen it.
Do you remember? No, I've never seen Biodome. Did you like California Man?
Oh yeah, stop squeezing the juice.
Yes, yeah, right. So, I think you'd enjoy Idiocracy. I've mentioned Idiocracy on the
yes,
on the show
I've
before.
not seen it.
Yeah.
I need to watch it then.
And it's like we often say that we're headed towards the Idiocracy, but that's a retardation of the fucking human race. And just look around you, man. Like, look around at people.
Oh God. Everybody's fucking nuts. You're right.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I mean,
I'd like to leave it on a happy note.
So me and you saying?
No. If anything, we're the worst. And not only are we not saying, Ollie, we're also trying to gain influence amongst the inmates. So like we're compounding the issue.
God, maybe it fucking is flat in this little section beyond the ice wall. We're just in the fucking mental institute.
I think you could even tell. I'll upset the flat earthers that listen to the podcast now. Maybe that was the first stages. Like we'd all like the set. There was a settled
Well, I'm getting
argument.
upset, so
There was a settled argument that the Earth is round. We know where the things are. They're round above us. We must be round. Kind of worked out why all the stuff was there. And like, again, I'm not married to anything now. If someone was to turn up with like definite proof of the fucking ice world, go, yeah, okay, like that's just I'll believe that now because you've given it to me. But like, what if that was the beginning of this shit? Like, what? Because that was like the first like conspiracy that went wild on the internet. There was we've always
that
had
Mandela effect, and that's if that doesn't prove people are fucking nuts. I've got so many Mandela effects.
Starting to fucking track though, isn't it? It's starting to track. It's like the
I don't remember that as that.
you have someone say, "Oh yeah, there's no monocle on the Mr. Monopoly Man," and then you've got people like me going, "No, that's ridiculous." The logical conclusion is that CERN broke time and space, and fragments of another universe came into our universe and took away his monocle.
Yeah, and the cornucopia on the
And but the idea that that's a more reasonable explanation than Lee just wasn't paying attention. I'm not sure 20-year-old Lee would have come to that conclusion, but 40-year-old Lee fucks with it.
I don't know, mate. I fucking remember that monocle. I do.
We're all Jack Torrances now.
Fucking Danny.
Don't fucking go smashing into your bedroom door with an axe, Ollie. It's not time. We're not there yet. Anyway, if you would like to stay insane with us, then please head on to the Patreon. We'll probably bring this up. We'll bring this up again on Saturday. I want to speak to Danny about this. Get her take on it. See,
we all going nuts.
Yeah. So yeah, that was she'll be joining us for the patron only live stream. So if you want to get in on that live stream, you need to be a patron of either ours or the Rabbit Holes. I'll be sending her the link that she can post in her Patreon as well. If you have dual citizenship between our podcasts. We also still want you to go and vote for us on the British Podcast Awards. The closing date for that is coming soon. I think it's like September. That's like
we're like a nipple hair away,
yeah. Like that. Yeah. So if you kept thinking I was going to vote for those guys, you're running out of days. We really need you to do it. It would be fucking like if there's any other proof needed that the world is going crazy. If we can win a fucking podcast award, then like we've got some fucking issues. But that's why you need to help us try and do it. We've got some good merch in the store. There is the normal T-shirts, normal Daily Conspiracy Podcast T-shirts. If you're in the UK and you want to support the fucking Raise the Colours movement, then you can go and buy yourselves the Raise the Colours Daily Conspiracy Podcast T-shirt. It says, we don't take days off because, no, not patrons.
Oh, I've got patrons on the fucking brain.
Just, do you know when it comes to the end when we're just selling some
I'm
stuff?
gonna be quiet.
Just let the person that speaks
hold the toilet roll.
Put it in your fucking mouth. Put it in your mouth. Yeah, you be a good boy. Yeah, dirty little girl. But yeah, if you want to help us and you want to go and buy one of those T-shirts, they say. It says we don't take days off because Patriots don't take days off. It's all got Union Jack colours and stuff all over it. Looks really cool. It's got a special Daily Conspiracy Podcast logo on it as well for the Raise the Colours thing. So yeah, go and buy yourself one of those T-shirts. Check the links out in the description. There is, if you haven't listened to my Bite-Sized Conspiracy Podcast episode about the Adam and Eve story, which we no, that's not Adam and Eve as in like Adam and Eve and the Garden of Eden. It's the book, The Adam and Eve Story, which talks about pole shifts. Yeah, you go and check that out. There will be new shorts up, bite-sized podcasts for the patrons on the 1st of this month. on the 1st of this month, the patron will get 2 early. Those episodes, because people were asking about our schedule now, because the schedule's worked really well, to be perfectly honest. And you guys, like, I know a couple of people have said that they're not keen on the new schedule, but like the numbers tell the story for us. And like so for instance, more people are listening to the omnibus edition on Friday. Now we put the omnibus edition out. Then we're actually listening to a new show over Friday and over the weekend. The short podcasts have kind of split the pack on comments on them, but on the numbers wise, they're tracking really well too. So it's the way our podcast will work for the foreseeable future is no podcasts on Monday for the first 2 Mondays of the month. Then you'll get the Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Friday is the omnibus. The last 2 Mondays of the month, you will get 2 bite-sized podcasts. Those podcasts will be given to the patrons a few weeks early, and they'll get both of those episodes on the first of the month.
It's about quality, not quantity.
It is about quality, not quantity. It's about quality, not quantity, and it is about a more manageable schedule that means like it's not a fucking disaster if one of us gets sick, or it's not a disaster if one of us has to go
I work
for a
away
couple of
quite
days.
often. It's hard. It's And when I work away, there's no fucking signal where I work. So
so it helps with looking into episodes as well and doing stuff, and like the mini episodes take a little bit of effort, but it's people say, oh, why don't you just do longer episodes rather than doing the bite-sized podcast? But the difference is, if I sometimes I finish work early and I can do that when I'm at home on my own in like the afternoon. I can work on those sort of things. So it's not like we are taking the time away from when we could be doing longer podcasts, doing the bite-sized podcast. It's just that time's there, and it's a good thing to fill the gap with. So I think I've explained that reasonably well.
And also, if you've made it this far into the podcast, you're a fucking fan. So you fucking support us all the way and touch your nipples while you listen to us.
It's always, you always has to make it weird. It's always has to make it weird. Let's get out of here, Ollie. It's fucking late. I need to go to bed. And these people...
I need to fucking clean my teeth. That was fucking scented fucking toilet roll.
See you later, guys. Bye-bye. But your breath will smell great, though.
I mean, it's like fucking aloe vera or some shit like that. Why would anybody want to wipe their ass on that?
Do you want to know the best thing about what you just did, Ollie?
Oh, the podcast doesn't know. I've sort of.
Oh no, they say yeah. Ollie just stuffed toilet roll on his face. The best thing about you putting toilet roll in your mouth is, like, 99% of toilet roll is fucking reused. It's recycled.
You're just fucking madman, you mate. You believe in ill bollocks.